Hello, hello. Hello, Venus Angels. Welcome back to another episode of Venus Cove, a show about all things spiritual, self-love, and astrologically introspective. I am your host, August, welcoming you to the middle of August. Wow, what a magical week it has been for me. This has been the most self-loving month out of the entire year. And astrologically speaking, we're not even halfway into the zodiac circle. So I feel like I'm going at a really nice pace with my self-love journey and growth. And speaking on that, this is what this episode is going to be about. Now, I know the phrase, that girl, can have a lot of meanings by now, how much the internet has used it. Some people have seen it used a lot in the fitness world, or maybe just getting your life together in all aspects, work, school, creative outlets, mental health, spiritual health, and I'm going to be using it in all aspects for this episode. So I just wanted to give a disclaimer on that. This is not an episode that's just about fitness and diet, but we're going to touch on that too. But yeah, healing, self-love, the physical, mental, and emotional side. We're going to get into everything today, angels. I cannot be more excited about this, and although this year has been challenging, I want to send many blessings right now to not give up on yourself and continue your growth to a healthy, happier, and fulfilling life. Okay. Let's continue. We had a full moon last Saturday, and for those of you who don't know how the moon works, I'm going to share some tea and a little bit of alchemy now that the full moon is gone. So at this point, we are in a transition where the moon is starting to wane. In other words, it's starting to shed, shrink, and return back to the dark. Now, this is very symbolic and useful, especially when it comes to manifesting. Becoming that girl sometimes is about shedding the things that no longer serve you. It no longer helps your growth. Sometimes the universe will do it for you, but sometimes you gotta do it yourself. Ask yourselves, angels, what is something that you know deep down, you see the signs, you feel this discomfort in your gut that you know needs to be shed and returned back to where it came from. Take a moment with yourself. Trust your intuition that the answer is there. You feel this dead weight bringing you down and making things a lot harder to move forward with your endeavors. We all have it, and we all need to shed it. And I know oftentimes, when I don't want to let something go, it's because I don't want to seem ungrateful or like I took advantage of it. I've felt that many times in many ways, even spiritually. Sometimes in my witchy practices, I don't feel like I need to do the same things every day or for a long period of time. Or even affirmations that I no longer need because I have it embedded in me. There's a lot of shame and like I'm abandoning it and myself. But that's not a good way to see it. And I think one of the best ways to not feel this shame and ungrateful feeling with whatever you need to let go is to give thanks for helping them show you and give you what you needed in that time. Take the time to give thanks in your own way, finding that gratitude, and take what you learned from it and really put it to action. I think that's the second thing that gives it honor, is to live with what you learned from each experience object, event, person, idea. I always think of teachers and how much they do for students, and I think one of the best ways to repay them is to live their lessons that they taught you into the real world. After class is over, after school is over, live that lesson. Live that learning experience. The next thing I wanted to go over is the physicality of it all. It's summer, and everyone still wants to look their best. As do I, and I'm currently continuing my health and wellness journey. Another great way to use the moon in its waning process right now, whether you're shedding weight or removing unhealthy foods, or even removing poor diet restrictions, because that can also be unhealthy. This is a great time to harness this energy of what is no longer serving you when it comes to your health. Maybe it's removing or returning some skincare products that just haven't done you justice. Maybe it's replacing doom scrolling with listening to an educational podcast. Hey. Becoming that girl takes some discipline. And oftentimes, I'd say it's more about removing than adding. I've heard a lot of talk about people, humans, showing that we love adding more to the problem than removing things out of the problem. Like, our first instinct is to add more of something first before removing. And I heard it's an evolution thing. Our nomadic days were all about more is better. Having more food to survive is better. Having more in your group or your pack is better for better survival chances, etc. So it's kind of embedded in our brains to do this. But we're not in those times anymore. So maybe take a chance to have a moment with yourself and look first what needs to be removed in order for blank to work better. And I know it's so not easy and it doesn't even feel comforting, which is why I think the baby steps to get to that comfort is replacing. So it's like a placeholder. When it comes to dieting for me, I was the absolute worst. I loved snacking. But during my fitness journey, I found that healthier alternatives were at least a great placeholder for my snacking habits. So not removing snacks completely, but adding healthier alternatives and then making it a little more healthier and a little bit more healthier. And now I really appreciate eating almonds and yogurt. I really hated yogurt. I really hated eating fruits alone. I needed to add something. But now, the slower I went on this process, the more it felt safe to start removing some unhealthy snacks, little by little. So I'll tell you my process. I went from Doritos to some healthier brand of Doritos, to Quest protein chips, to popcorn, to skinny popcorn, to popcorn without butter, to granola, to making my own homemade granola. That was fun. To yogurt and granola with honey, and to yogurt and granola and maybe some almond chocolate butter and fruits. So yeah, it's a gradual, slow pace for replacing and not completely eliminating the snacking. But the options got healthier, and some even got completely removed. Like, I no longer eat Doritos. I don't have a strong desire for them anymore. Don't get me wrong, I'll still have my little cheat snack every now and then, but the craving isn't as strong anymore. And that's on me just slowly changing my lifestyle around so it can stay a lifestyle and not just a diet for a few months. I learned that one the hard way. Also, angels, I just want to say, if you hear anything, any stomping or hitting in the background, I am so sorry. I was not expecting anyone to be home. It's noon right now, and I don't know what my neighbors are doing upstairs. It's the week, people should be at work right now, and I just don't understand what's going on upstairs. So if you hear anything, I apologize. Okay, let's continue. Now, let's get into the mental health of it all, because we are all going through it, and we all need a safe space to release. Throw it up out your mouth, out your system. Do not keep that in. What you need to do, and what has really helped me, is that you need to find it in places you feel safe, not judged, and find that healing that you deserve. Now, I love talking about my friends because they're just magical to me. They are otherworldly. I don't get it. That's okay. I just honor it and give lots of gratitude. If you have supportive, loving, empathetic friends, share your pain. Venting is such a healthy thing to do, especially around women. It's one of the most healing experiences I've ever felt, and it truly shows you that you're not alone in this journey. I don't feel alone anymore. I feel so safe and so protected and supported and loved by my friends who continue to show me that they got me and I got them. And in this waning phase, angels, I recommend you go to those kinds of people. Go find a therapist. Go release in your journal. Go release in your art. Release your pain. Process. Dissect. Discover your truth. Cry. Rage. Let it out. Get it out of your system. Sing, dance, shoot a bow and arrow to a target. Shake it out, If you're not a vocal person, use movement to shake it out of your system, but let it out. If you need permission to let out the pain that's been holding you back, that's been holding you stagnant, this is your sign. This is your permission to let it out in a safe space, by yourself or with your friends or with a therapist, in your room, in your basement, in nature, in your car, anywhere you feel safe. But let it out, angels. I promise you will feel so much lighter, and the benefits of this are light. And I know sometimes, especially those who are severely depressed or severely anxious, are very deep in this darkness. But I promise you, as someone who also went through the darkest nights for the past 5 years, the light does feel better. And it was so worth it not giving up on myself. Give your darkness to the moon instead, as the moon is waning and returning back to itself. Healing is a tricky thing. It's never linear, and there will be relapses. Many, many lessons will be learned. Mistakes will happen. I think what I wish I knew 5 years ago that I really started learning this year is that being gentle and kind to yourself when you do mess up is the most important thing you can do when it comes to healing. It's like the saying goes, you can't bully yourself into becoming a better person. Discipline is different. I don't think discipline badmouths you, or at least it shouldn't. Discipline is a different voice than bullying. Discipline has patience and continues to guide you in like a higher self type of way. Bullying has no patience. There's no respect. It's bad-mouthing, ridiculing, quite literally it's beating yourself up. Discipline has more honor than that. It doesn't baby you, but it also shows you how much you do and how much you don't do. It kind of shows you in like a stoic way, well, here's how much you did, and here are the results. Are you okay with those results? Or are we going to try harder next time? Okay, let's keep working on it. And the voice gets louder the more, sit-ups that you do, or the more running you do, or the more things you accomplish. It becomes your coach to keep going. Hustle, hustle. Again, not in a mean way, but in a cheering type of way. The you got this, you can do it. One more. That's discipline. And once I figured that out, once I became gentle and let the discipline voice come to me, I felt encouraged to do more. It's safe to continue. It's safe to keep going. And I never let anyone talk to me in the bully voice ever again. If I don't even accept that talk to myself, and that's on self-love. I think becoming that girl, or just that healthy version of yourself, isn't just about affirmations or movement, but it's about that inner dialogue you have with yourself and giving yourself that self-love. The FOMO feeling subsiding, that comparison of others are doing better than you, so you have to keep up. No, it's about your own pace and honoring that pace, because everyone's path is so beautiful and unique. And I continue to realize that about my own path. And I wanted some things to work, before the age of 21, for example, or before I moved, or before I got a job, or before something, But once I got rid of these societal milestones and just started honoring my path and the pace it took, I started appreciating the turtle route so much better. And I got it all done, and I'm waiting for more. Not because it's necessarily going to win the race, quote unquote. Heck, I don't even care about the race anymore. I'm just happy to be in it. I'm happy to exist and appreciate the flowers on the side, for example. There is no race. There is no race to life. It's just a bunch of weirdos calling it a race who probably don't even honor their own life. I just want to honor life and its many cycles and appreciate what it brings to me. Total different universe, total different mindset change. If you're not there yet, that's okay. It took me 29 years, darling, to get to this part of the universe, to get to this mindset. And that's okay. I'm not even mad. But my point is, becoming that girl is finding that happiness with yourself, that self-love, self-made love. Owning your journey, owning your mistakes, owning when you relapse, owning knowing that you're not quite there yet, but that's okay. You see the vision, and flipping the script, flipping the negative self-talk script into positive. When I was younger, I was such a positive, chipper child, probably a chipper teenager than most. I was just very positive and did not understand teenage depression. It hadn't gotten to me yet. I feel like now it's starting to come back. I get glimpses of it returning to me, and it's not fully there yet, but I see you. I see the vision. Find hope there. Find hope in yourself. Hope is a beautiful thing when it's centered on you. I don't know about external things, but I never heard that there's anything wrong with being hopeful of yourself, in my humble opinion. I hope this episode makes you think or laugh or feel loved in some way, shape, or form, and helps you see magic everywhere that you go, especially in you. And that's all I have for you today, angels. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you enjoy it, please share it with a friend or a family member and continue growing the Venus Angel family. New episodes of Venus Cove on Fridays. You can follow me on YouTube and TikTok at August and Venus. Instagram handle is My Life with Johanna. And that's a wrap. My name is Johanna, also go by August here at the Cove. And this is Venus Cove signing off. Until next time, Venus Angels.